All right. Today we were working on break and break out among several things. And we were going through reviewing the drill, but we also started now breaking down the drill to start showing how you can establish dominance over your opponent with every point of contact. And I'll only show a few points of contact. We look at break and break out as an entry drill. High, low, high, high, low. And I'm learning to enter in. And we go through essentially the entire drill before we continue. And when I do this first break and he makes contact, I make contact on his stick hand, my first opportunity can be, again, to size up, to hit the head, disarm, drop this down, hack the neck, punch the face, and get better position so I can establish a nutcracker choke or lock, or essentially a neck break. I also showed that application, empty hand versus stick, where I'm learning to evade the weapon so I can now come in and again establish that disarm, still drop down on the arm, still punch the face and establish the empty hand equivalent of that nutcracker choke, which would be the Hawaiian headlock, whether I'm choking out the circulation to the brain or I'm actually turning this into a neck break. Either one's appropriate. But I also now showed it of the next engagement, high, low, high, where maybe I don't get to seize this, he pulls it free. So when I register that, I can directly attack this arm that still has contact with me by isolating and securing that wrist, so I get this thumb break. I'm forcing the thumb up against his wrist to break the thumb and mess up his timing. En route to now stabbing the armpit, which would give me this hit, which now gives me this arm bar break, which you would see off the first set of recontras. Now I can take this all the way down to the ground. And of course, once you see that, then you learn the empty hand application, where I'm now trying to get in on him, smash, and again, I'm trying to seize this wrist, but he pulls it free, so I will go directly to the other hand, which is still making contact, again breaking the wrist, smashing the armpit. I can try to get this break here, but it's much more effective if I now turn his palm outward and get underneath. I really want to basically treat his arm as one appendage that's locked in place, and I'm breaking it as this tree branch over a rock. That rock happens to be my body, whether it's just my arm or whether it's my entire body, and I'll water pump it down to break it, or here and push against his body more. If he should start bending this because I don't fully have his wrist turned down, he, again, presents space, so now I don't have anything to break. I can simply just brush down on the back of his hand, and as long as I isolate his wrist against not his wrist, his elbow against my chest or neck or stomach, I can apply pressure here. Or if I break the thumb and I go for the break, but he now turns this, I can now just fold it. Instead of brushing down, I can just fold it up against him and establish it before I go to something that's more effective, like a bent arm bar or hump the other arm, so I have both arms and now head control. But if you start seeing, once you get the break and break out drill polished and you understand the function of each and every step and what it's designed to do, it's really not too difficult to start making tangents off of them, whether you have a weapon or not, and start seeing some of the other parts of the system now plugged into basically the soup base known as break and break out.